To those of you who are viewing my videos for the first time, welcome. To those of you who are already subscribed, welcome back. Firstly, a message to those of you who have been watching my videos for a while and have actually been joining me since my time as well, firstly, when I was doing Let's Plays, which I still will do, I promise you. It's just this has taken over my life. Now, this is basically what I am. I'm a game designer, and this here is my first game. This is ELA. Well, not my first game, but this is the first one I'm doing as a self-employed person. This is ELA, which is the working title. ELA is Explore, Learn, Advance. The idea being that you explore, you find out things, and use that knowledge to get through the game. Now, the vertical slice, which I made in 7 weeks, is actually my final module for my master's course, is actually already on itch.io. It's ready to be downloaded, and if you guys feel like you can throw anything my way to support it and to help me buy new assets and new things I can use in the game, it is very much appreciated. Secondly, this week has been a first week that I've gotten back into developing the game. So I finished the vertical slice, and then I went back to the drawing board and I've replanned when I'm going to do stuff, when I'm going to release stuff. Now, the tentative release date for this is April. April 2019. Now, things go wrong. Things always go wrong. So I'm not guaranteeing it's going to come out then, but that's when I plan to release it, in April. Now, secondly, I suppose if you have seen the vertical slice and you've been or you've watched it, there are a few issues that I wanted to get out of the way first thing, based on some feedback that everyone gave to me. Firstly, there was quite a bad issue when if you walked behind a wall. So this is basically what happened previously. So you can walk behind walls and it'll turn out and it'll go back up. But previously, when you walked out from a wall like so, the camera would clip through the wall, and you would basically have a bit of a jarring sensation as you try to clip through it. Now, however, it has actually been fixed. So for now, it actually thinks that we are still behind the wall because of this little jiggery that I've done to the camera sensor, basically. However, it's not just outside. You can still stand right here and look through the wall like that, and it won't go up. It's just if you are in here and come out, that's when it does it. There we go. Secondly, another update to the camera system itself is this idea that we have. So originally, we've got our sort of standard area where we would jump up these platforms, which I haven't got double jump at the moment. I'll get it in a second. And that'd be standard, but it kind of felt a bit odd because a lot of the narrative is about climbing the tower, and so you want to be looking up a lot, but the camera's looking down. So mainly, I now have a new system that allows me, when I want to, is I can transition into this side-on view. I can see a lot more up above, and if we move back, we can see very high above. So this is really here to sort of very much focus, and then when we get closer, it does become it just becomes flat out better, I'd say. It does still have this system where if you walk up close to a wall, you would normally be able to go underneath something like that. But when you walk close to a wall, it will still go up and down, but it will return back to this level rather than this one. Okay, so that's the camera system out of the way. Now I'm going to do, so this is not going to be two things at once, because in order to show the second thing, I've got to show you the first thing. This is the inventory system. The ingenuity and social interaction are placeholders for now, but agility kind of works. So the idea would be, so on the right side of the screen where you can see all these bars, these are going to be your progress bars. For now, this is just like a framework so that you can understand how it works. Then we take all the data that we're using to power this framework and we can make it look pretty at a later date. But for now, it just works. But so these bars pretty much just work to say what your current skill level is. Now, when we go to... Now, on the left side here, left side here is the inventory. Now, there's nothing in the inventory right now, and this is based on feedback that basically said people wanted to see what items they picked up and put in the inventory. So I looked around and I tried to see how can I get an inventory system, and I did look at a few different things, but a lot of them are very much, they're designed for big games where it's all sorts of like drag and drop interactable types of things. It's not really an adventure game inventory. So I built one from the ground up. Now I'm very proud of this because it's the very first complex system that I have built from the ground up, and I will be going into the technical specifications of it later in the video. If people want to stick around for that, they can. Otherwise, we can just feel free to not swear word off. So now we'll come to the menu in a second, but for now we have our interactable, which is still press F and do other things later. But for now, come up to this board and the next problem I had to solve was people who would spam the buttons would miss certain things in the game. Now, this is sort of a cross between a way to sort of slow people down so they don't just skip through everything, and also to just make it look a bit more visually appealing. And that is the fact that we now type out our text when we open something. So you saw it just then, we'll see it again in a second. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to take an item that will go into our inventory. So there's a bug here and another bug. So we shall take debug. Ignore that. That's that was just a testing string I made. But now we're here. We now have debug in our inventory. We can still walk around. This doesn't change the interaction menu. It's just a pop-up that shows you what's going on. But yeah, so we have the debug, and that's a debug item, so you wouldn't normally have this. And we can go back to here. So once again, if you look at it, you can see the text right across. The speed can change, but for now it's what it is. Check the other bug. And there we go. There's another bug which has different text, different screenshots, different descriptions. And I can do that for basically all of these. I can make a humongous list of items and just populate them like this. Likewise, I'll just let's stop this. Likewise, we can increase the agility. So yeah, we can jump higher. Now this, as you can notice, if you see the bar, it's now increased. We can do it again because it's not capped right now, and it's increased once more. So with the agility, we can once again double jump. This is how we double jumped in the first place. Was there's agility stats that went up when you gain the item. So yeah, this is basically it. We have our double jump, and we can jump up. This was a standard view. This was so we could jump up. We could have our standard jumping around. But now we have also this is sort of more Mario view, if you like. So we have, if you play one of the more recent Marios, or the Mario worlds rather, this is more like what that is. So we can now jump up in this kind of arrangement. And I can picture several locations where I would do this, especially as we climb further up the tower, which again, the whole point of the game is to climb up. Probably a lot of sections where there will be spaces where you just have to climb. In some point in the future, especially now that this is a camera angle, there is probably going to be an option to look up and down, likely with the arrow keys or the right stick on the controller. Oh yeah, control support was in. That was in the vertical slice when I updated this all. But yeah, that's pretty much it for playing the game. So we now go on to show off actually how it works. Due to how long and how much waffle I end up speaking during this next section, it has been cut from this video and can be found listed in the top card above right now or in the description below. Do enjoy if you want to find out how all this worked. Otherwise, back to the ending. So yeah, so once again, we just have our play video here, and anyone wishes to support me, the link is on screen right now, and I do hope you stick around. I would say once again though, the videos that are coming up, so the West of Loathing videos, which there is still a good full series left to be run, and the Skyrim romance mod videos, which is in the planning works. It's going to be a very complicated second half of the video, the second half of the series, so I need to make sure I know how I want to run it, and also want to just get a bit better at recording within Skyrim itself. So yeah, those two videos will be coming eventually. It's just this has now taken over, become the primary part of my life. This is now my career, so thank you very much. Ta-da.